Imagine a leader whose kindness knew no bounds, a man who showed compassion to friends and foes alike, to the young and to the old, and even the animals. What if we could learn from his example to make our world a kinder place? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into some heartwarming stories of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and exploring how we can bring a touch of his mercy into our own lives. So get comfortable and let us start our journey together. Let's begin with a beautiful story that perfectly illustrates the Prophet's immense compassion towards the elderly. There was an old woman in Mecca who deeply disliked the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Every day as he passed by her house, she would throw garbage and waste in his path to show her disdain, and despite her harsh actions, he never responded with anger or retaliation. Instead, he continued his daily routine with patience and grace. One day, he noticed that no trash was thrown at him. Concerned by this sudden change, he thought something that might have happened to her. Deciding to check on her, he knocked on her door. The woman was surprised to see him. The Prophet gently inquired about her well-being, expressing genuine concern for her health. Moved by his kindness, she realized the error of her ways and acknowledged his noble character. And this just simple act of compassion led her to embrace Islam. This story beautifully demonstrates how the Prophet showed respect and kindness even to those who wronged him. He taught us that compassion can soften even the hardest of hearts. He also deeply respected the wisdom of the elders in his community. In gatherings, he would honor elderly individuals by giving them the opportunity to speak first, valuing their experience and encouraging others to listen. So how can we incorporate these lessons into our lives today? We can start by honoring the elderly in our communities, our grandparents, our neighbors, or anyone simply who could use a helping hand. And simple acts like listening to their stories, assisting with chores, or spending quality time can make a significant difference. Showing respect and kindness to the elderly not only benefits them, but also enriches our own lives with their wisdom and experience. Next, let's explore how the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, interacted with children, a testament to his gentle and nurturing nature. He was not just a spiritual leader, but also a loving grandfather and a compassionate figure to all children. One heartwarming story involves his grandsons, Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein. The Prophet would often play with them, showing affection and joy. At times, he carried them on his shoulder, bringing smiles to their faces during prayers. If one of them climbed onto his back while he was prostrating, he would prolong his prostration to avoid disturbing the child. Imagine that, the leader of a nation in the midst of prayer, accommodating a child's innocent playfulness. In another instance, a Bedouin man saw the Prophet kissing his grandchildren and was surprised by this display of affection. He remarked, "Do you kiss your children? I have 10 children and have never kissed any of them." The Prophet responded, "What can I do if mercy has been removed from your heart?" This exchange highlights how important it is to show love and kindness to children. So how can we bring this kindness into our interactions with children today, whether they are our own kids, nieces, nephews, or neighbors? Spending quality time with them is essential. Engage in their activities, listen to their stories, and show genuine interest in their thoughts. Patience is key. Remember, children are exploring the world and look to us for guidance and support. By nurturing them with love and kindness, we help shape a compassionate future generation. Now let's turn our attention to the Prophet's remarkable compassion towards animals. His concern for all living creatures teaches us valuable lessons about kindness and respect for the world around us. One notable story is about a camel that was visibly distressed. The Prophet noticed this camel in distress and approached it gently. He stroked the camel, calming it down, and then inquired about its owner. When the owner came forward, the Prophet said, "Do you not fear Allah regarding this animal, which He has placed under your ownership? It has complained to to me that you starve it and overwork it. This incident shows his empathy for all the living creatures, including animals. In another teaching, the Prophet narrated the story of a woman who was punished because she imprisoned a cat until it died of hunger. She neither fed it nor let it find food on its own. Conversely, he told a man who was forgiven his sins because he gave water to a thirsty dog. These stories emphasize that kindness to animals is not just commendable but a responsibility in Islam. So how can we practice mercy towards animals in our daily lives? Simple actions like feeding stray animals, ensuring pets are well cared for, can make a big difference. Being mindful of our environment promotes a healthier planet for all creatures. Showing kindness to animals reflects the compassion in our hearts and contributes to a more compassionate society. Now, having explored these inspiring stories, let's discuss how we can embody the Prophet's compassion and mercy in our own lives. Forgiveness is a powerful place to start. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, forgave those who wronged him on numerous occasions. One profound example is his experience in Ta'if, where he was rejected and pelted with stones by the townspeople, praying for their guidance instead. Forgiveness frees us from bitterness and fosters healing. The Prophet was also known for his generosity and helping those in need. He encouraged giving charity, not just in wealth, but also in time and effort. Acts of charity can be as simple as sharing a meal, volunteering, or offering support to someone in distress. These actions strengthen communities and spread kindness. Moreover, spreading kindness through our words and actions is crucial. The Prophet said, "Your smile for your brother is charity." Sometimes a kind word, a listening ear, or a friendly gesture can brighten someone's day more than we realize. So practicing empathy, being present, and offering support can have a ripple effect of positivity. Also, developing a gentle heart involves daily practices like reflection, expressing gratitude, and engaging in prayer to cultivate compassion within us. And by making kindness a core personal value, we naturally begin to act with more empathy and consideration. And incorporating these habits into our lives doesn't require grand gestures. It's about small, consistent acts of kindness that make a significant impact over time. And by following the Prophet's example, we can contribute to a more passionate and merciful world. As we come to the end of our journey today, let's reflect on the beautiful lessons we've learned. The Prophet Muhammad's life is rich with examples of compassion towards the elderly, children, animals, and all of creation. Mercy and kindness were at the very core of his character, setting a timeless example for humanity. By embodying these qualities, we enrich our own lives and positively impact those around us. Imagine the difference we can make if each one of us commits to small acts of kindness each day. I invite you to consider how you can incorporate more compassion into your daily routine. Maybe it's reaching out to an elderly neighbor, spending extra time with your children, volunteering for a cause, or simply offering a smile to someone who needs it. Feel free to share your experiences or intentions in the comments below, because your stories could inspire others to join in spreading kindness.